Hi everybody, I'm Lauren Ohayon from laurenohayon.com, and today I'm going to teach you some of my all-time favorite back care moves. And we're going to do this entire class lying flat on our back. The only props that you need are your body and a yoga blanket. Let's get started. Come to lie flat on your back. Okay, so we're going to begin this exercise class with a twist. So take your left leg and straighten it on the floor. And your right leg is going to come up to about a 90-degree angle like this. Your arms can come open to a T alongside you. What you're going to start doing is twisting your body, your hips and your legs to the left, just a little bit. So don't go very far at all. Just don't go very far. And once you get there, once you've twisted a little bit, just begin to lower your leg down toward the floor a little bit. Twist a little bit deeper, lower your leg a little bit more, and keep that process going for a few moments. So you're really taking your time to feel your body as opposed to just coming in, like crashing into a twist. Ideally, your right shoulder is not peeling hard off the floor, it's staying down. And then you just let your leg kind of hover. So the idea of this is a twist, but it's also getting some lengthening in the back of the right booty, your back of your right hip. And then you slowly, on an exhalation, come all the way back. And then repeat. Don't just drag your knee across your body. Keep your knee in line with your hip. Begin to roll your hips. So you're kind of you push down with your left leg. You might feel your left butt wake up. And from that push of your left leg, you begin to roll to the left. And it's very slow, and you're kind of slowly rolling. Leg drops a little bit. Roll, leg drops. And when I say leg drops, I mean this whole piece goes toward the floor. Again, it's not this. It shouldn't be this, right? And you're just suspending yourself. Now, you shouldn't go too far where your back gets into this big arch. You can't see it on this side, but I'll show it to you on the other side. So ideally, your ribs are staying soft as opposed to arched up. And then coming back as one piece. Just let's do it 2 more times. Push down through your left leg, feel your left glute wake up from that. Begin to roll your whole hip to the left. And then you drop your knee a little and you roll a little. It's kind of like this give an inch, give an inch, give an inch, move an inch, right? So you're slowly going. Now, I know I can go deeper, but I also know that going deeper will require me to really excessively arch my back. So this becomes a great core workout as well, because you're not allowing your back to fall into an arch, even though you are getting this really beautiful lengthening sensation out of your right hip. And then come back. Oh, I love this one. And then let's go one more time. So again, the twist comes from this push down through the left leg. Your body is really soft and quiet. You're just finding that place. And after you've done about 3 or 4, then you can your knee will just naturally drop lower. But again, it won't drop lower this way. It'll just start to come down toward the floor a bit more, giving you just a nice lengthening. We're never looking for the biggest stretch possible. Let's do it on the other side. I'm going to stay facing you guys, the camera, this way, so that I can show you my back. So lengthen your right leg, left leg comes up. Push your right leg down into the floor. Ideally, your right glute wakes up. I'm just going to move my microphone over. And then you roll. And now what I was talking, and it's a give and take as we did on the other side. What I was talking about before on the other side is that there's this tendency here in my back that I can really kind of, you see what I'm doing? I've lost my shoulder support and I'm just like flopping and really right into here. You don't want that. Good. And just do a few more on your own time. In the interest of not making this an hour-long class and trying to keep it as short as I can with giving you all the information that I want to give you. I won't be doing as many reps as ideally I'd like you to do, so you can always push pause before we move on to the next exercise. So remember, this is not about a big twist. It's actually about stabilizing and dropping the leg away from you and getting this lengthening sensation through the hips. So that's why you never drop your knee to the floor. Do one more like that. Push down with your right leg so you wake up your right booty. And it's a little bit of twist, a little bit of leg dropping, a little bit of twist. And again, your back is stable, your ribs are not arching up. You can try it, it hurts. And so you have to kind of, like, even though your leg is pulling you to the right, your core and torso is keeping you centered. Okay, stop. And just take a moment, drop your right leg down, or your left leg down, sorry, and just take a moment of rest. Okay. This next move, I really love, but again, it's hard to show you the entire move on one side, so I'll just show you different things each side. So this is again a twisting move. You lay on your side. Now, you might want to put a blanket under your head, but I would encourage you to try it both ways. So you're on your left side, your left leg is, your left arm is straight out. Now you're going to move your body so you're in more of a diagonal. Okay, so the diagonal was that I took my legs ahead of me to the corner, like that corner of my mat, and I went back. So I'm no longer lying straight up and down. My legs would have been here if they were, but they're now ahead of me. I'm going to take my right hand behind my head, and I'm going to think about my chest. And from my chest, I'm going to begin to twist my body open. Now, as I do that, I don't want to let my right leg slide with me, so just keep your knees kind of together. And I'm not going to get very far, okay? Because I'm not pushing, I'm not pulling, I'm not allowing my body to collapse. So I'm just going to get my right knee. Now from here, I'm going to exhale, and this is where it gets really fun. I'm going to exhale and roll, 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 and keep rolling until my chest points to the floor and my head points down. So I'm kind of smushed up here. But I'm going to reach my right elbow, not down, but across to the right. Across to the right and down, and then I'm going to open. And I'm not going to rush this process. Open, 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 open. As far as you can, don't push. I promise you, a bigger twist is not a better twist. If you feel sensation in your right hip, right here, like SI joint, put blankets underneath your thigh. And then again, close, close, close. Reach your right arm, close all the way in. And you're going to relish in a big, huge, deep back stretch here. A big, deep back stretch. And then again. So again, I want you to push pause because we're going to switch sides. But I'd like you to do a few more on this side before you switch sides. So push pause in a moment and do a few more. And as you do these, and I'm going to switch to the other side so you guys can push pause. As you do these, I want you to stay in each place for a few moments. Stay in the twist and then stay in the opposite twist. So now this time I'm gonna go this way. Again, you're diagonal. You're not in a straight line, you're in a diagonal with your knees more ahead. Right arm is straight out away from you. Left arm is behind your head. And you're starting to twist your chest open. Don't let your left knee drag back. Keep your left knee stacked on your right knee. Open, so you won't get as far as you could if you cheated. And then slowly close in, turning to face the floor. And then again, open, open. Don't lead with your elbow. Lead with your chest. Open, open, open. And then go ahead, slowly close. Close, close all the way to your face points the floor, your chest. You close as much as you possibly can. And once again, I want you guys to pause the video and to do a few more of those, okay? So go ahead, pause the video, and then we're gonna move on to our next exercise. Okay, so our next exercise is a segmented bridge. And I love this move, and once again, I'm going to encourage you to do more reps than I'm teaching here, okay? So your feet are flat on the floor. I don't recommend a pillow for your head. You're gonna push your feet flat into the floor. And what you should, and then release. And what you should feel as you're pushing your feet flat into the floor is a reflexive engagement of your booty. Please don't force that. So don't push and squeeze. That is not what you should do. You should push and your butt should automatically wake up, okay? So you're gonna push your feet into the floor, feel that automatic wake up, and then very slowly begin to roll your way up. As high up as you feel comfortable going, but you don't let your back arch like this. So it's not really a yoga bridge, okay? And then you're gonna roll all the way down. Now, when you get down to your lower back, for most of us, an excessive amount of tension in our lower back makes it really hard to get each part of our spine down, and that's where you slow down like I am, trying to get your spine back down to the floor. Okay, so I want you to do about 5 or 6 of those. I'll do one more with you. So you come back to your starting position. And again, you push your feet into the floor, which will make your pelvis slightly tuck under. Your booty will wake up. You continue with that push through your feet as you now slowly peel your spine off the floor. 1 vertebra at a time. And then slowly roll it down. Slowly is the key, because when you get to your lower back, if in fact there's a lot of tension, what your body will do is this. It'll just skip your lower back and get your tailbone, sacrum area to the floor, whereas you want to learn how to segment through your spine 1 bit at a time. So once again, in the effort of conserving time, you guys push pause before moving on to the next exercise and do a few more reps. Okay, so for our next exercise, we are going to, so let me just go through the breath on that. So you can inhale your way up, or you can, exhale your way up, or inhale your way up. I want you to try both ways. And then either exhale your way down or inhale your way down. For me, I prefer, in my body, inhaling to go up and exhaling to come down. So that's the breath pattern that I use. I want you to play with it a few times and see what you like. The most important thing here is that you're moving slowly and segmentally through your body. Okay, so our next exercise is coming onto our forearms. This is one where you guys have to be super mindful, especially if your back is twingy. I want you to be careful, and I want you to I give a lot of cueing, and just listen to the cueing. So you're gonna come onto your forearms, and your right knee is going to come out to the side like this. Now, I would like you to be able to slide. So a hardwood floor is great. If you don't have it, it's okay. But I'm gonna roll my mat a little bit so I can get onto my hardwood floor. Okay. Can you see my leg in the camera? Okay. So what you're gonna do from here is you're gonna start by pulling that, if you're here on your arms, you can slide your right knee away from you, but I want you to start with your right leg pulled in. So you'll be more weighted on your left arm and your left hip. And then slide it away from you and in. So you're gonna do that a few times. Here's the key. You want to keep your back full like this, so not like this. Look at my back. So you wanna keep your back full by gently pulling your ribs away from the floor. And as you do this sliding slowly in and out, you're gonna start to feel a lot of stretch sensation, and it's not about going deep into the stretch, it's about pulling back from the stretch. So you're going in and out a few times. It's not about rolling your hips, it's about moving your leg in and out. And if your arms get tired, just stop, take a break, and join me again. Okay, and this next segment to this exercise is you're gonna pull your leg in, hold it in, balance up on your left arm, your right hand can come to your hip or whatever, and start to roll your chest, not your hips, open to look at your left leg. So you're twisting from your chest. I like to always, we're really good at understanding body parts, so to think about your nipples. So twist your nipples open to look at back. Now, as you do this, don't do that. So don't pop your ribs forward. Keep them drawn in slightly, and then start to come out of it and slide your knee away from you. Let's do it one more time, and then we'll switch sides, and I want you to pause in between switching sides. So you're gonna pull, so you see how I lost my alignment? I just collapsed down. I don't want you doing what I just did. I got lazy, okay? So your ribs are pulled away from the floor. You're gonna slide your right leg in. So now your inner thighs are scissoring toward each other. You're gonna balance up on your left arm. Here, first is the balance. So this is a lot of core. And you're not going to let your ribs arch like this as you turn to peek toward your left leg. And then twist back and slide back down, but don't lose your form. Okay, and now I'd like you to pause the video and do a few more on that side. And I am going to switch sides. I'm gonna turn my body around. Is that okay? Can I turn my body around? And turn my body around so that you can see me. I'm breaking all the rules here. So I like to be on a sliding surface. And what you want to do again is let your legs slide away from you and then in a few times. Now, you can play around with where this foot is. Like, is it pulled in or out? It doesn't really matter. And you can also play with how high up the knee is. Every body is going to do something different. The key here is that you're not allowing yourself to fall down like this, right? You're really pulled up away, like your whole pubic bone, belly, ribs are not falling into the floor. So there's a lot of arm strengthening here, as well as inner thigh work. None of it is, again, passive stretching, because I'm not a fan of that. Okay, now you pull your leg in, you get up on your right elbow, right? You let your ribs come in down a little bit, and then you don't use your hips. You revolve. Now, and you look at your right leg, and depending on how much twist mobility you have, you might just get to here today and be like, I can't see past my left knee. Fine. Today, you can't see past your left knee. Not a big deal. And you just, if you yank yourself, like, there go more back problems, right? You don't need that in your life. Don't use your hand to help twist. It's just kind of like, where does my arm go? And then you untwist and you come down. And we do it one more time, but you're gonna do it a few more times. So you stay in this connected place. You pull your knee in. Try not to roll to the right as you pull your knee in. More weight comes onto the right side, but you don't roll there. And then use your right arm to push down. Ribs don't pop forward. And then twist your chest to look at your back leg. Hello. And come out of it and release. And it's a hard one. You can rest down, and then you can do a few more of them, but I'm gonna move on just in the interest of showing you some more of my favorite exercises. Just need to look at my computer and remember what they are. Okay, so we're gonna come back to lying on our back. So this is, again, another one of my favorite moves. So you're lying flat on your back again. You're going to, once again, push your feet down into the floor. Feel your butt reflexively engage. It doesn't have to be a big, huge squeeze, tighten, wrench. You're gonna begin to drop your knees toward the left, but you're thinking about your right knee, not so much dropping left as much as moving away from you that way. And then you stop, so you don't go very far, and you tuck your pelvis under you. Ideally, you feel this incredibly beautiful lengthening sensation here. Again, so it's not this big floppy twist. I'm really contained. And then slowly, you come back by pushing your feet down onto the floor and coming back. So coming back requires strength and control. This is why all of this is amazing for your back. It's because we're not only lengthening, but we're strengthening. So push down with your feet. Let's do the same side a few times. Tuck your pelvis under slightly. As you tuck your pelvis under, don't let your stomach bulge up. So tuck your pelvis under, but don't bulge your stomach. So it's more of this up arrow that I talk about in another one of my free videos. You can find it on YouTube, the up arrowing. And then begin to drop your knees toward the left, but you're driving your right knee away from you. So it's not so much dropping left, it's going away from you. And then you stop the movement. And that's what's really hard, is that the weight of your legs want to make you do that, and you don't let yourself do that. You hold yourself up here, and my legs are shaking, my butt is shaking, right? And then again, you just make sure that your ribs are relaxed and dropped. You're not arching in your back, and you're tucking in your pelvis. A lot going on. And then you use your legs. Don't pull your knees back. Push your legs down, and that's the hard part. You come back by pushing through your feet, and that brings you back to center. Let's do 2 on the other side, and then you guys will pause and play a little bit more, okay? So the first move is push your feet into the floor. Your pelvis will tuck a little, your butt will engage a little bit. Tuck your pelvis a little bit more, but make sure it does not let your belly poof up. Keep your belly drawing in, and then start to move your legs to the right. Move your microphone set if it's in the way, and drive your left knee away from you. So you drive your left knee away, and then boom, again, it's this really big lengthening. The more you keep your left ribs down, the more lengthening you get. And again, my legs are shaking because they want to collapse to the floor, and I'm not letting them. And then push your feet strongly into the floor, and it's resist coming back to the middle. And again, you're firing up so many important leg, hip, thigh, butt muscles. Again, feet pressed down, butt engages reflexively, pelvis tucks a little bit more, core gets involved because you're not pushing up with your abdominals. Start to drive your legs away from you as they go to the right. So specifically your left leg, pull it away from you. Pull, 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 pull. So my front door is that way. So I'm pulling my left knee toward my front door. As I keep all of this down, I'm not letting my body flop to the right. So I'm shaking in an effort to hold myself, but I'm not tense. I'm super floppy and relaxed in my body. And then I push through my legs. I resist coming back. I push through my legs and I don't come back quickly. And it's a lot of work, especially on that right leg. It's that right push that brings you back, and then boom, I'm back. Okay, so I want you to do more of them, but we're not gonna do them together, as I've said before. And then our last move, this is a brilliant move. This is a fantastic move for sacroiliac joint stuff. So if you're dealing with sacroiliac joint pain, one move, well, so there's 2 more things I'll show you. One of them is where you keep your leg flat on the floor here, left leg, wrap your hands around your right leg, pull your right leg forward, and with your right leg, and use your hands to pull your leg toward you. So it's a push-pull. I'm gonna use my hands to pull this way, but I'm gonna use my leg to go that way. And I just hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You count that, and then you release. Do it a few times on that leg, and the same thing here on the left leg. Push, pull, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 a few times, and release. Okay, last exercise. I love this one. I'm only gonna do it with you 2 or 3 times. You're gonna play with it on your own. The same thing with the push, pull. You would do it a bunch, 3 times. Okay, so for this one, you bring your legs up to here. If you're pregnant and this feels wrong, and depending on how pregnant you are, obviously you'll skip this one. You can probably do it with your legs on a chair, actually. You can rest your legs on a chair or an exercise ball and skip the hands part. If you're not pregnant, your hands are gonna come between your knees, and you're gonna start just by squeezing your hands, but you're not squeezing in an effort to break your hands. So it's a micro squeeze, not a huge squeeze, because we don't wanna overpower with our inner thigh muscles. You're gonna bring your legs up here, and you're going to slowly rotate them out and back in. So it's internally rotating your legs and back in. Now for most of us, just keep going. And I've started arching my back, so if you have to, relax your ribs down. And this is where you can bolster. If you need to, you can always place something underneath your shoulders and head. Okay, I'm gonna do just my head. So a lot of us really struggle to internally rotate. Our legs do not like to do this. They're more comfortable externally rotated. So this exercise is fantastic because it encourages us to do internal rotation. And it's slow and methodic. So if you get a foot cramp, like I just got for a second, just make sure your feet are not jacked up. Keep them relaxed. And it might be like, WTF, I can barely move, my legs don't internally rotate. That's fine. That's why you're doing this. That's why you're practicing, and that's why you're not stuck in compared despair mode. It doesn't matter what the next person can do. It's not gonna impact your life in any way, shape, or form. It's all in the head. So you're just playing. So don't forget about the squeeze, but it's not a big squeeze. And then out and in. If you have a tendency to get really stuck in your hip flexors, which is really common in a lot of people, stop and rest and do it again. Or keep your legs down here, it can help. And you can keep your thighs together in that case, and you can do this. And then ideally you would kind of keep going. So thighs together is one option, hands here is another. It just makes it doesn't make a huge difference. It's just leg, you can also bring your legs out here and try it, right? In this case, it's a lot harder, right? But try it in all of those places. So that's it. That's it for the exercises in this class. You can mix and match them. You can do one at a time. You can come back to the whole video. You can really use this video however you want. If your back is stuck one day, just come down and do a few of these exercises. Or if you're just looking to maintain a healthy back, this is a great one. But remember, what makes these exercises really effective is holding on to our form. And the biggest cheats that I see, especially in the twists, is we tend to we tend to arch in through our back a lot. So stabilize, 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 and enjoy the movements. Thank you for joining, and you can see many more videos on my YouTube channel or laurenohayon.com, and I'll see you. Bye.